It's been a while for this past month on grinding out Omega. But recently, I think before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, I finally was able to at least complete or grind out the things that I wanted from Omega, which was the full Bale armor set, the full Omega armor set, and I was able to get the Dark Knight Great Sword, and then also the Omega SNS. And Jesus, man, that was like, I don't know if I would have the energy like this to grind out for another monster, to be honest with you. Because I usually grind out full sets. I like to do that. I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes to it, and I don't know if I'll have an energy for our next monster, Gogmazios. I think that's the Elder Dragon that we're gonna be fighting, and it apparently may be like a siege fight, which I'll like go ahead and talk about later on. But let's talk about Omega first, right? I love the fight, and the reason why I was very determined to like grind out the armor sets is because I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. Like, I had to get it, and I would be really disappointed if I didn't get at least like a full armor set of one of the two, Omega or the Bale armor set. I wanted something out of it. I didn't just want the pieces. I wanted literally everything. And funny enough, I recently have literally everything now. So I have the Insect Glaive, SNS, Great Sword, you name it. So thank God I got that over with. It was a nightmare. Like, whether you are soloing or whether you are playing in public lobbies or hunts, it's a nightmare, man. Because on solo, even though you know everything, one little mess up could be a whole domino effect, and then it's over. And also, I think the problem when you're in solo is that I feel like the NPCs don't do enough damage. Like, more so when you're playing on Savage, when you're playing on a lot of the Savage runs, I don't think they do a lot of damage for the DPS check, the whole Nursilla segment, because that's the one that really traumatized me the most. And then the last phase, because Omega just goes crazy. But oh my god, public lobbies would have to be also another nightmare, because it's not the DPS check that I'm worried about. Sometimes, like, yeah, people can't do them, but most of the time I've been in lobbies where we were able to like just go through it easily. But it's the silly mistakes that a lot of players go through. I mean, that's what makes us human, right? I can't really blame like everybody. This Omega raid or hunt has been one of the craziest hunts in Monster Hunter Wilds so far, and it just seems like every title update they keep raising the bar somehow. It is absolutely insane on what Capcom and the Monster Hunter team has been providing for us. And I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, that this just proves, like, each title update, they really put a lot of effort and love to these title updates despite the lack of content on the base game. And that was honestly a problem for me, because it just didn't feel fleshed out. It didn't feel like they initially envisioned what they initially wanted to have like in their base game. But the title updates are really showing that they're like, we really need to show like a lot of quality things and surprise the players, our fans, within these title updates. So like, there's some trade-offs with Monster Hunter Wilds, to be honest with you. Like, honestly, because I was someone who started in Monster Hunter World, so coming from World to now Wilds, this is honestly probably one of the best implementations or like title updates I personally have experienced. I think the title updates are better than World. I wasn't really there for Iceborne, because during the Iceborne title updates, I was inactive. I wasn't really playing World at that time, so I think that's when I kind of dropped the game until I came back when everything was done, when they already had Fatalis. And then with Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak, I disliked how it was handled with the title updates, because I would rather have everything rather than in segments. But then again, it was a time when we were in the whole COVID lockdown, so obviously it has affected a lot of jobs. I mean, everyone's lives in general. So I kind of let that slide. But, coming into the base game of Monster Hunter Wilds, I was a bit worried, when I found out that they were kind of doing the same style like Rise and Sunbreak, where they're gonna have like important or majority of the parts within title updates. And yeah, like it is iffy because you don't know whether these title updates would be like very short-lived or underwhelming to say the least. So because, you know, when it came to title updates in World, I wouldn't even say like it was as grand compared to now. But the thing is, with World, the base game was there. It really seemed like they had everything that they initially wanted from the start. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna add this monster, we're gonna add this new game mode, the Siege game mode with Call of Taroth and all that, and we're gonna add like Elder Dragons here and there, and then we're gonna do our DLC. So they kind of simply did that. I mean, there was obviously quality to their updates at that time, but I feel like now was even crazier because I think starting with Title Update 2 with Lagiacrus and then and then with Omega, they have been absolutely insane. Like, we've been experiencing underwater fights to MMO Final Fantasy fights, or raids I mean, and then like now we have different play styles while on hunts, because when you have the Omega armor sets along with the SNS, you're pretty much buffing your team. You have like a whole support build, which I really love that a lot. I'm not aware about the Behemoth one back in World. I don't know like the full armor set or its benefits. I'm not entirely sure about that because I didn't fully grind that out. Because at that time, I think when Behemoth came out, I just kind of I don't think I was really there as well. I think I was like on and off with Monster Hunter World at that time because there was like other games I was just playing. Yeah, like the play styles with what they provide for you in Monster Hunter for this title update with the Omega set, and then you have like a whole Dark Knight build, which I really love that touch because I'm the type to not really play like different weapons, but I think since Wilds, like since the beta, I've been playing and experimenting with so many of the different weapons in this game because like the combat is just so damn fun. So I've been really enjoying it. I think this is the only Monster Hunter game as of now where I really have multiple builds for like each weapon. Almost every weapon, because I have one for Lance, Charge Blade, Dual Blades, Switch Axe. Well, I don't really use the Dual Blades one, but Switch Axe, Longsword, of course, because I'm a Longsword main. Now I have Sword and Shield. I'm about to make the Insect Glaive build that I grind out for the Omega, from Omega, and then the Dark Knight build. And then like there's this unique FF14 Dark Knight skill that you could use as well, and you could like mix and match your builds to like benefit that skill and have like a whole regen build or a tank build. So I love how they implemented like different things for this update, and it really does feel like you're playing like an MMO up until this point. Well, just because it's a collab with FF14, because that's an MMO, but it's a really unique take. And then they also give you like a free other skill for every hunter, which is the Moogle, like I forgot what you call it, palm motif, I think, because it's like a Moogle skill, offensive skill that you could use against anybody. It's very effective against Omega, but you could use it also against monsters if you wanted to. And I love how it's an actual ability. And then yeah, like let's also talk about like the other collaborations, like with Akuma. Like you could actually use Akuma in hunts. I mean, it's not the most ideal way to hunt monsters because he doesn't do as much damage, but the fact that it's like this game has provided so many different levels of play styles and different approaches that you wouldn't think of. Like you're actually playing as Okuma and doing his movesets, doing Hadoukens, Shoryukens, you know, all that sort of stuff in Monster Hunter Wilds. And then you're also doing like his finisher, his demon rage finisher. Like insane, right? To see all this on what's to come next, like for Gomasios, I could only imagine, because let's say if that's actually a siege fight, I'll be very interested on that, because with Call of Taroth in World, when they first implemented that siege game mode, they implemented like different hunters to each group in the public lobbies. At that time, I always wanted like a big group hunt to like take on a monster. Although it was technically a group effort with the Kul Tiroth, you didn't really have multiple people hunting Kul Tiroth. It was always like your group, 4 people max. There was like this progression every time you would like complete a hunt that the whole lobby would benefit off your guys' progression with the rewards or materials. I think that's how it was when it came to Kul Tiroth. So I honestly hope, and people have been speculating this, and I always said this back then, it's also clipped somewhere way back in my streams too, where I predict that Monster Hunter Wilds will have like an 8-player hunt, at least 8-player at least minimum. We could potentially have more, but I always said 8 players because that sounded reasonable. And honestly, looking at it now and seeing how Monster Hunter Wilds is performing since launch, I think they could push it up to 8 players. I hope we have like an actual 8-player hunt to take on Gogmazios. I would love to see how they would implement that, especially how there's so much coordination involved with this current title update with against Omega, because you really have to be on it. You really need to be coordinated. I never really made support builds in Wilds or any other Monster Hunter game, to say the least. So, but when I fought Omega, especially going into like other public hunts and joining other hunters to fight Omega, I always prioritize on being the support hunter no matter what. Even if I needed to prioritize DPS, I also needed to prioritize supporting my teammates no matter what cost. I hope we actually have that 8-player hunt, but at the same time, I do hope it is not as crazy compared to Omega. I know people may disagree on me on that one for sure, but the amount of perfection that you need to fight Omega along with people or even by yourself, the skill ceiling is beyond the ceiling. It's like through the heavens at that point for that perfection, from my personal experiences. Honestly, I never fought Gogmazios in the past Monster Hunter titles, so this is gonna be my first time ever actually fighting Gogmazios, and I just hope it's not gonna be like super crazy to go through, especially if they implement like a tempered or arch-tempered version or a savage version of this Elder Dragon. I'm sorry, I don't know if I would have the energy to grind out its full set, and I'm pretty sure its armor set is probably gonna be meta for that update. I mean, so far each TAL update with the new monsters has always been meta. So I mean, with Omega right now is it's meta. The Dark Knight build is pretty much like meta in a way. So we'll see how it's gonna be, but I'm looking forward to that 8-player hunt. I hope it's true. If not, I wonder what they're gonna do to make this different or interesting, because this title update has been pushed to its limits. Like, I feel like every title update has been being pushed to its limits, and they somehow always surprise me in some sort of way. So I wonder what they're gonna do for this one, and this is gonna come really soon. I probably, by the time you guys watch this video, it's probably out. The title update for it will be probably out already, so we'll see. And I wonder how it's gonna be like for future TAL updates. Like, let me know in the comment section, because you think this may be one of our last TAL updates, and then they're gonna work on DLC, or they're gonna just keep pushing out these TAL updates. Because I forgot how many title updates Base Game World had, and there is clearly more effort in Wilds when it comes to title updates. Because I mean, look at title update 3 with the underwater segment with Lagiacrus, like, goddamn, or Lagiacrus, I think. Shoot, I keep messing it up. Anyway, so let me know, because I'm really unsure how the future of Monster Hunter Wilds will be, but I'm very excited as well, especially like for DLC. What will they do for the DLC? Like, I'm just honestly even more excited as a fan of the series, because they keep impressing me. So it's like, what are they gonna do for the future updates if they're gonna keep pushing it? And also, like, with the DLC expansion, what the hell they're gonna do like to really change it up? Because usually they always change something up for Iceborne and Sunbreak. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of just talk to you guys about Monster Hunter. It's been a while, and I will be streaming the game once again. It's been addicting because we have all these games coming out, right? But I've been really just so fixated on playing Monster Hunter Wilds because of the new things that are in the game with Omega. And then I've been experimenting with like the different builds. So yeah, I've been having fun with my SNS build, and then I'm also experimenting with Dark Knight. And also I've been learning how to really be more efficient with the other weapons. So I may do a stream also, like do a stream learning the insect glaive. So we'll see how that is. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below how you guys feeling so far with Monster Hunter Wilds, if you're kind of on the same boat as me. If not, that's fine, but I've been pretty content. I've been really having fun with the game, and yeah, like there's just been so many games coming out, and I've just been so fixated on just grinding out Monster Hunter. And I need to get on with these other games, honestly, but I'm glad that I'm pretty much done as of now until like the next update. But alright, y'all, remember, drop a like, hype up the video, and subscribe if you haven't yet. There'll be more Monster Hunter content. I'll see y'all in the future. Peace.